Hot Tin Roof Chapter Summary. This chapter contains hand-holding. Be warned. Chapter notes. The chat logs here take place chronologically following the last chapter. See the end of the chapter for more notes. Miss Ladybug, so how do you typically start? Miss Ladybug, hey, do you want to come back to my place for the night? BYOB, bring your own ball gag. Chat Noir, haha. Chat Noir, I guess you could do it like that, though that's not really how I go about it. Miss Ladybug, I guess you wouldn't really want to go home with someone you don't really know, right? Chat Noir, basically. Chat Noir, first meeting's kind of like the first date. Chat Noir, you kind of feel each other out for a little bit and usually go home afterwards. Chat Noir, unless you already established in no uncertain terms that you're going to do stuff. Miss Ladybug, keep going, I'm going to refill my iced tea. Chat Noir, okay, what else? Chat Noir, it's not a good sign if someone tries to get you in bed on the first meetup unless you expressly told them you were interested. Chat Noir, if someone can't respect the most basic of boundaries, they're not going to respect you when it really matters. Chat Noir, it's also a good opportunity to weed out the assholes. Miss Ladybug, language, Adrian. Chat Noir, oh sorry. Chat Noir, I forgot I was in the presence of the fairer sex. Chat Noir, I humbly beg your pardon, my lady. Miss Ladybug, Miss Ladybug, granted. Chat Noir, 1,000 thank yous. Miss Ladybug, just teasing, you don't usually swear that much. Chat Noir, in this situation there's really no other word that appropriately describes them because they're people who have confused dominant with asshole. Chat Noir, fortunately, the asshole dom outs themselves sooner or later. Miss Ladybug, like how? Chat Noir, usually by trying to dom you before you've even agreed to submit to them. Miss Ladybug, you. Chat Noir, or if they don't want to meet in public. Chat Noir, or if they want to go somewhere with you when you agreed to meet and stay in one place for the meeting. Chat Noir, or if they're generally demeaning and dismissive towards you. Chat Noir, or if they make you feel like you have to impress them. Chat Noir, or if they ask you to call them master, mistress right off the bat. Miss Ladybug, oh my god, seriously. Miss Ladybug, have people done that to you before? Chat Noir, first date I had in Munich lasted 20 seconds. Chat Noir, oh you must be Carla. That's Goddess Carla to you, fucktoy. Okay, goodbye. Miss Ladybug, no. Chat Noir, Nino hadn't even made it to the end of the block before I went tearing after him. Miss Ladybug, excuse me, I need to wipe my monitor off. Miss Ladybug, because now it's covered in iced tea thanks to you. Chat Noir, yeah, stuff like this is why you kinda want to feel your potential partner out for a few meetings first, in public for a predetermined period of time with a second on tap. Miss Ladybug, second. Miss Ladybug, like a duelist, second. Chat Noir, well you told Aaliyah about our meeting in February, right? Miss Ladybug, well yeah Miss Ladybug, I didn't know if you. Chat was a. Chat Noir, weirdo. Miss Ladybug, exactly Miss Ladybug, I think I get what you mean. Miss Ladybug, can't be too careful, can you? Chat Noir, nope. Chat Noir, so if you decide you want to meet someone and you need someone close by, I'm always available. Miss Ladybug, how gallant of you. Chat Noir, just let me know and I can post up at a cafe somewhere nearby in case you need a family emergency phone call. Miss Ladybug, I wouldn't say no to a friendly eye watching my back. Miss Ladybug, as much as I love Aaliyah, I don't want to expose myself to more ribbing than need be. Chat Noir, yeah. As much as Nino watched my back and got me out of a few tight jams, I had to endure the compulsory 50 Shades of Grey jokes for at least a week after. Miss Ladybug, also if someone tries to abduct me, Aaliyah will murder them in cold blood with a cereal spoon and dump them into the Seine. Chat Noir, I don't doubt she would. Miss Ladybug, in fact her exact words were, if someone tries to get all Christian Grey on you, I will make Hostel look like a goddamn Disney movie. Chat Noir, she's awesome. Miss Ladybug, I know, but I don't want my friend to go to jail because some creep didn't take no for an answer. Miss Ladybug, I assume you would show some more restraint. Chat Noir, well you of all people should know by now that I'm a big fan of restraint. Miss Ladybug. Chat Noir, 3C. Miss Ladybug, you nerd. Miss Ladybug, question. Chat Noir, shoot. Miss Ladybug, Nino and Aaliyah are banging again, right? Chat Noir, I would say there's an 80-85% chance that's correct. Miss Ladybug, okay good, I'm not the only one that thinks so. Chat Noir, haha, are you surprised? Miss Ladybug, only that it didn't happen sooner. Miss Ladybug, honestly I would be surprised if they picked up right where they left off all those years ago. Chat Noir, I know he never really moved on from her. Miss Ladybug, and Aaliyah hasn't dated anyone because of work in years. Chat Noir, well they could certainly do a lot worse, couldn't they? Miss Ladybug, oh I don't disapprove at all. Miss Ladybug, they're cute together, don't you think? Chat Noir, yeah. Miss Ladybug, is it bad that I'm a little jealous? Chat Noir, well. Chat Noir, to tell the truth I'm a little envious myself. Miss Ladybug, don't get me wrong, I'm happy for them. Miss Ladybug, if they are indeed back together that is Miss Ladybug, but if that's the case I can't help wonder, Chat Noir, why not me? Miss Ladybug, yes. Miss Ladybug, I mean I don't want to date Nino, or Aaliyah for that matter. Miss Ladybug, I don't know. Miss Ladybug, being single really sucks sometimes. Chat Noir, tell me about it. Chat Noir, longest relationship I've ever had was 3 months before I had to move again for work. Chat Noir, would be nice to have someone steady to be with. Miss Ladybug, someone you just click with, you know. Chat Noir, yeah. Miss Ladybug, you haven't been with anyone since your dad passed. Chat Noir, haven't really had the time or drive to be honest. Chat Noir, I know I should probably get back on that horse sooner or later, but Miss Ladybug, no sense in rushing it. Miss Ladybug, I'm sure it'll happen when it happens for you. Chat Noir, I guess. Miss Ladybug, come on, you're basically Bruce Wayne. Miss Ladybug, you should act like it once in a while. Chat Noir, you mean dress up in form-fitting black spandex and fight crime on the rooftops of Paris by night. Miss Ladybug, hey, if you need a costume sewed, you know who to come to. Miss Ladybug, only if I can be your partner though. Chat Noir, I can see the headlines now. Freak in a catsuit and polka-dotted fashion designer sent to the loony bin. Miss Ladybug, you're crushing my crime-fighting ambitions over here. Miss Ladybug, interesting that you're immediately going for the catsuit though. Chat Noir, haha, maybe furry ears and a bell collar too. Chat Noir, if I'm going for the furry superhero gimmick I'm committing. Miss Ladybug, as long as you go for the full cowl. Miss Ladybug, you'll need a good disguise. Chat Noir, just hook me up with the domino mask. Miss Ladybug, people would know it was you though. Chat Noir, no they wouldn't, I'd do my hair all spiky and stuff. Miss Ladybug, and no one will make the connection between Adrian Agreste and his black cat alter ego despite the fact that they're the same height and build and have identical hair and eye colors. Chat Noir, I could change my voice too. Miss Ladybug, lol, okay, let me know how that goes for you kitty. Miss Ladybug, don't come crying to me when blind 2-year-olds can spot your secret identity. Chat Noir, you don't think I could pull off the skin-tight catsuit? Miss Ladybug, oh that is definitely not the issue here. Chat Noir, huh. Miss Ladybug, nothing. Miss Ladybug, I'm meeting Aaliyah today for lunch, I'll try to get more details out of her. Chat Noir, just send me a confirmation one way or the other. Miss Ladybug, will do. Miss Ladybug, later. Catman. Chat Noir, later, Ladybug, lass. Miss Ladybug, Ladybug lass. Chat Noir, I'll work on it. Miss Ladybug, so Nino was at lunch today. Chat Noir, and you didn't invite me. Chat Noir, I'm devastated. Miss Ladybug, I'm sure you are. Haha. Miss Ladybug, we had a chat about you. Chat Noir, oh dear. Chat Noir, now I really wish I had been there. Miss Ladybug, we got to talking about your modeling tour across Europe and Asia and he told me a rather interesting story. Chat Noir, oh. Miss Ladybug, according to him, you're something of a slut. Chat Noir, god damn it Nino. Miss Ladybug, I'm not hearing a no. Miss Ladybug, evidently you had a reputation for being flirtatious too. Chat Noir, okay, that I will own up to. Miss Ladybug, really? Miss Ladybug, because I believe the slut bit more. Chat Noir, may have gone through a period of trying to reinvent myself. Miss Ladybug, sluttily. Chat Noir, okay, I lived with Gabriel Agreste micromanaging my social life until I was 18. Chat Noir, is it so hard to believe I may have cut loose a little? Miss Ladybug, hey, I'm not judging. Miss Ladybug, goodness knows I've done my share of wild oats sowing in college. Miss Ladybug, I'm just curious to know how the people you hooked up with reacted to the fact that they were with a supermodel. Chat Noir, actually no one has confronted me about it until after the fact. Miss Ladybug, really? Chat Noir, out of paranoia I tended to pick partners outside the fashion community. Chat Noir, just so no one in the industry had blackmail to use against me or dad. Miss Ladybug, yeesh, I wouldn't fancy Marcel Dubois rooting around my personal life. Chat Noir, yeah really. Chat noir, in fact you're the first person who works in fashion I've chat noir, well we haven't done anything but chat noir, Miss Ladybug, lol I know what you mean chat noir, phew for a moment I thought you thought I Miss Ladybug, yes. Chat noir, never mind. Miss Ladybug, if you say so Miss Ladybug, I can't imagine even doing anything like that with someone I haven't known for a while chat noir, I understand the feeling. Miss Ladybug, I mean even if I was the one taking the reins I would have some reservations Miss Ladybug, but to basically put yourself at the mercy of a total stranger. Chat noir, that's why I never make the habit of fucking total strangers. Chat noir, if my lady will pardon the vulgarity. Miss Ladybug, haha I'll pardon your French chat noir, what? Miss Ladybug, American turn of phrase chat noir, oh haha. Miss Ladybug, but I mean how do you even get to the point where you're okay with someone doing stuff to you? Chat noir, well it boils down to the wallet test for me. Miss Ladybug. Chat noir, basically if I don't trust someone to watch my wallet or personal belongings in a crowded space I sure as hell wouldn't trust them to restrain me in chat noir, you get the idea. Miss Ladybug, well that sort of narrows the field down for me haha chat noir, I thought you said you weren't looking for anything though. Miss Ladybug, I didn't I? Miss Ladybug, I don't know though Miss Ladybug, I might be re-evaluating my stance on the subject chat noir, oh really? Chat noir, what brought this about? Miss Ladybug, permission to be candid. Chat noir, of course. Miss Ladybug, it's been 2 years chat noir, 2 years since WH chat noir, oh. Chat noir, oh I see. Miss Ladybug, yep Miss Ladybug, and if I can be even more candid Miss Ladybug, the last time wasn't anything to write home about Miss Ladybug, it was shorter than some commercials or chat noir, the actor. Miss Ladybug, yes Miss Ladybug, and trying to get your brand off the ground doesn't leave that much time to play the dating game so Miss Ladybug, let's just say I have a drawer full of batteries that gets smaller and smaller every time I check it chat noir, my god. Chat noir, I hadn't realized things were so dire. Miss Ladybug, yeah so I'm just little tired of doing all the work and getting none of the reward Miss Ladybug, is it wrong that just once I want to have fireworks crazy romance novel sex? Chat noir, not at all. Chat noir, there's nothing wrong with going after the things you want and God knows you deserve a treat now and then. Miss Ladybug, well it doesn't have to be now but Miss Ladybug, I'm not shooting for 3 years haha chat noir, well if I can help you with that let me know. Miss Ladybug, goodness how forward chat noir, wait that came out wrong. Miss Ladybug, Adrian if you wanted to ravish me you just need to ask chat noir, that's not what I meant. Miss Ladybug, haha I know I'm just teasing you chat noir, okay, phew. Miss Ladybug, you sound relieved. Chat noir, well relieved to know you know I'm not overstepping any boundaries. Miss Ladybug, which boundaries? Chat noir, the chat noir, not interested in getting into anything boundaries you mentioned back in February. Miss Ladybug, oh right Miss Ladybug, those chat noir, I just assumed that was still the case. Miss Ladybug, well there's an English expression about assuming an ass is you know chat noir, what? Miss Ladybug, oh nothing chat noir, really. Miss Ladybug, I really should hop off though, got a meeting bright and early with a fabric supplier chat noir, oh. Chat noir, okay then. Miss Ladybug, thanks for the chat as always. Miss Ladybug, it was very Miss Ladybug, enlightening chat noir, always aim to please. Miss Ladybug, I bet you do chat noir, huh? Miss Ladybug, good night Adrian tilde Miss Ladybug, so it's like planning a party then. Chat noir, something like that. Chat noir, I mean if you're taking charge you have to be responsible for more than just drinks and appetizers but the principle is the same in my experience. Miss Ladybug, even if you're not physically hosting it. Chat noir, well if you're going over to someone's house you can't plan too much in advance but generally I find it's good etiquette to come prepared. Miss Ladybug, lol with like a duffel bag or something. Chat noir, or something haha. Miss Ladybug, and what do you do if you accidentally drop it on the street and lube goes flying everywhere? Chat noir, run. Miss Ladybug, haha Miss Ladybug, wow you weren't kidding when you said you were super private about this. Chat noir, are you surprised? Miss Ladybug, you forget my experience with this ends online chat noir, that explains it. Miss Ladybug, so you can see how I might have got the impression that the majority of people with our tastes were public about it. Chat noir, that's only because they're the ones that are visible. Chat noir, I would say there are many more who keep their private lives private. Miss Ladybug, I hear you, Miss Ladybug. God knows the last thing I need is a gossip rag poking their nose into my sex life when I'm trying to get my brand off the ground. Chat Noir, I don't know if you thought the public lifestyle aspect was compulsory, but I promise it's not. Miss Ladybug, that's relieving to hear actually, Miss Ladybug. Speaking of intimidating, I imagine it's intimidating to take the reins for the first time, isn't it? Chat Noir, it can be. Chat Noir, although it's not so much intimidating as it is stressful at first. Miss Ladybug, how is it stressful to have someone at your willing beck and call for the evening? Chat Noir, well, because you don't really have someone at your beck and call. Chat Noir, in fact, in my experience, the dom serves the sub in a scene way more than the sub serves the dom. Miss Ladybug, okay, now you lost me, Miss Ladybug. Either you're lying or the internet is lying, Miss Ladybug, and to be honest, I trust you a lot more than I trust the internet. Chat Noir, thank you. Miss Ladybug, I'm still going to need an explanation there. Chat Noir, forget anything you might have read on Tumblr. Miss Ladybug, wait, how did you find out about my NSFW blog? Chat Noir, what? Miss Ladybug, what? Chat Noir, what? Miss Ladybug, I didn't say anything, Miss Ladybug. I don't have secret side blog where I collect gifts and stuff. Chat Noir, really? Miss Ladybug, nope. Miss Ladybug, so forgetting the things I didn't read on Tumblr, what were you going to say? Chat Noir, oh right. Chat Noir, forget the rhetoric of dom, sub that gets pushed around so much and remember the core rules of basic sex apply. Chat Noir, ideally you want to do everything in your power to make sure your partner is happy, right? Miss Ladybug, tell that to the guys I saw back in New York. Chat Noir, ideally. Chat Noir, even when you're topping in a scene, your goal should still be to ensure whoever you're doming is enjoying themselves. Chat Noir, I mean, bottom line is that when you sub for someone, it's because you enjoy that kind of experience. Chat Noir, you enjoy just checking out and letting someone else take control of you for a little while. Chat Noir, so a good dom is more like a guide than anything else. Chat Noir, you basically guide your sub through a series of stimuli and trust that they'll let you know if you're stepping out of bounds. Chat Noir, but that's why you set limits. Once you know what's in bounds and what's out of bounds, it becomes easier to tailor an experience to a specific sub. Chat Noir, am I rambling? Miss Ladybug, no, go ahead, Miss Ladybug. This is enlightening, Miss Ladybug. I confess you're making this sound both less and more intimidating than I expected. Chat Noir, care to explain? Miss Ladybug, well, I guess I've been struggling with the idea of doming someone because I've never really thought of myself as a sadist, Miss Ladybug, but it sounds like you're saying the two aren't related. Chat Noir, not necessarily. Chat Noir, I can understand how you got that impression though, since most visual representations of BDSM tend to lean heavy on the some side of it. Miss Ladybug, to put it mildly, lol. Miss Ladybug, so I guess it's easier for me to accept the idea that I might enjoy doming now that I know I don't need to break out the hot wax and needles. Chat Noir, mmHmm. Chat Noir, so you think you might be more of a dome then? Miss Ladybug, well, Miss Ladybug, I can't deny that there's a lot that's appealing about it, Miss Ladybug, and not going to lie, it sounds like a lot of fun to be responsible for completely rocking someone's world. Miss Ladybug, but I don't know if I'm really dom material. Chat Noir, what do you mean? Miss Ladybug, well, you've seen me, Chat Noir, many times, yes. Miss Ladybug, I'm 5'8" and 4-inch heels and don't exactly scream dominatrix, you know. Miss Ladybug, I don't know if I can find someone who wants a dominant who's so, Chat Noir, cute. Miss Ladybug, basically lol. Miss Ladybug, someone who's more comfortable in pastel lace than black leather. Chat Noir, I get where you're coming from. There's certainly an image out there of the perpetually scowling, leather-clad, whip-wielding, Amazonian dome from the back of fantasy novels. Miss Ladybug, yeah, I kinda hate that chick at this point. Chat Noir, but speaking from experience, I don't look for doms based on whether or not they can pull off corsets and metal spiked heels. Chat Noir, ultimately it's a personality thing. Miss Ladybug, I guess, but how can I be sure that whoever I was hypothetically with would respect me, for lack of a better term? Chat Noir, well, if whoever you were hypothetically with didn't respect you, you should kick their hypothetical hindquarters to the curb and find someone who will. Chat Noir, look, there's a lot of fuss about MES seducing their subs through grandiose displays of dominance or a dominant appearance, but the bottom line is that subs are subs because they want to be subs. Chat Noir, because they enjoy the power play, because they want to let someone else take control. Chat Noir, not because our feeble subby brains were overwhelmed by an outfit or a person's appearance. Chat Noir, so whether you think you fit the look or not is irrelevant because your sub wants to be with you. Chat Noir, as far as I'm concerned you could wear a frilly pink corset and flower-printed stockings and still be as dominant as the popular image of being a dome. Miss Ladybug, well I'm glad you think so anyway haha Chat Noir, I don't think you'll have any complaints from your partners once you get the hang of it. Miss Ladybug, oh, Miss Ladybug, what makes you say that? Chat Noir, oh just Chat Noir, Miss Ladybug, something you'd like to share with the class, Mr. Agrest. Chat Noir, never mind. Miss Ladybug, no, you can't just drop something like that then walk away without explaining it Chat Noir, can I plead the, what is it Americans say when they don't want to incriminate themselves? Miss Ladybug, we're not in America tilde Chat Noir, damn. Miss Ladybug, I'm waiting Chat Noir, Chat Noir, look I just meant that you shouldn't worry about people not finding you attractive or appealing. Chat Noir, because I don't really think that's a problem you're going to have. Miss Ladybug, well that's always nice to hear Miss Ladybug, definitely something I haven't heard much lately Chat Noir, well that's surprising. Chat Noir, given that every other person in school seemed to have a crush on you. Miss Ladybug, haha yeah really Chat Noir, Nathaniel, Nino, Chloe. Miss Ladybug, yeah still don't know why but Miss Ladybug, wait Miss Ladybug, Chloe. Chat Noir, Chat Noir, so I've heard. Chat Noir, did you not know? Miss Ladybug, oh no, I totally knew the girl who was rude and condescending to me for our entire childhoods had a raging crush on me. Miss Ladybug, where did you hear this? Chat Noir, Nino. Miss Ladybug, son of a, who didn't have a crush on me in high school. Chat Noir, the oblivious and the uninformed. Miss Ladybug, lol so which were you? Miss Ladybug, wait Miss Ladybug, I'm sorry that was rude, wasn't it? Chat Noir, both. Miss Ladybug, I shouldn't have Miss Ladybug, oh Chat Noir, / completely romantically numb because my dad wouldn't let me date. Miss Ladybug, I'm sorry I shouldn't have brought it up. Miss Ladybug, I wasn't like accusing you of not having a crush on me or Chat Noir, it's okay haha. Chat Noir, we're not in high school anymore. Miss Ladybug, no I guess we're not. Chat Noir, thank God, right. Miss Ladybug, yeah seriously lol Chat Noir, I mean I didn't start doming until I subbed for a little while first so it was a while before I started topping. Miss Ladybug, did that help? Chat Noir, for me it did. Chat Noir, it let me experience things from the other side of the coin for a while haha. Chat Noir, it's a lot easier to know how something feels when you've had it done to you. Miss Ladybug, interesting Miss Ladybug, did you find it hard making the switch? Chat Noir, honestly both sides of the equation always interested me. Chat Noir, I mean there are times when you want to be a total control freak but there are times when you just need to kick back, relax, and let someone else be in charge for a while, you know. Miss Ladybug, I can certainly empathize with that Miss Ladybug, I've just had a difficult time reconciling the fact that I'm the lead designer at an up-and-coming fashion boutique who also has fantasies about her lovers tying her up and having their way with her. Way with her Miss Ladybug, me. Chat Noir, no. Chat Noir, that's actually a pretty common concern. Chat Noir, think of it like video games. Miss Ladybug, video games. Chat Noir, lots of people enjoy playing games where the goal is to shoot other players but they don't approve of going on shooting sprees in real life, do they? Miss Ladybug, no I guess they don't Miss Ladybug, I mean I've never been struck with the urge to run along rooftops and assassinate people with hidden knives Chat Noir, right, your recreational habits have absolutely no bearing on your personality or day-to-day life. Chat Noir, you're not a weak-willed person because you enjoy being submissive in bed. Chat Noir, conversely, well, just look at me. Chat Noir, I've been doming my partners off and on for 3 years and I'm not the most assertive person in the world, am I? Miss Ladybug, I'm sure you could do all right for yourself haha Miss Ladybug, I mean if anyone deserves to stand up for himself, it's you Chat Noir, haha thanks. Miss Ladybug, don't haha me I'm serious. Miss Ladybug, I don't think anyone would complain if you stood up for yourself more, would they? Miss Ladybug, addendum, who cares if they do? Chat Noir, are you driving at something? Miss Ladybug, I'm driving it I want my friend to be happy with himself, how other people treat him Chat Noir, thanks, but I thought we weren't talking about work tonight. Miss Ladybug, we're not Chat Noir, really. Miss Ladybug, hey, I didn't say anything about your job, Miss Ladybug. You said you were getting trod on and I just wanted to make sure no one was walking all over you. Miss Ladybug, unless you like that. Chat Noir, haha. Miss Ladybug, as long as you're doing what makes you happy, Chat Noir, seriously, thanks. Miss Ladybug, don't mention it. Miss Ladybug, what are questionably virtuous online pen pals for? Miss Ladybug, other than keeping you up past your bedtime, Chat Noir, I don't have a bedtime. Miss Ladybug, you don't have a meeting you need to sleep for. Miss Ladybug, or something you'd rather be doing with your limited spare time. Chat Noir, not really, no. Chat Noir, I enjoy these little chats of ours. Miss Ladybug, hee hee, well, speaking of little chats, there's someone who would like to say hello, Chat Noir, Miss Ladybug sent Chat Noir the file adrianisthissu.png. Chat Noir, so that's where he wound up. Miss Ladybug, yep. Miss Ladybug, little kitty likes to hang out on top of my computer. Miss Ladybug, really keeps me company while I'm working. Chat Noir, you're not still at the office, are you? Miss Ladybug, nope, worked from home today. Miss Ladybug, hashtag boss life. Chat Noir, lucky. Miss Ladybug, I know I have all the luck. Miss Ladybug, all of it. Chat Noir, you mind kicking some of that my way? Chat Noir, maybe in like a PDF or something. Miss Ladybug, sorry, I can only lend people luck if I see them in person. Miss Ladybug, I tried mailing luck to my uncle once, but he only won 13 euros in the lottery. Chat Noir, how does one make an appointment with the illustrious Mademoiselle Ladybug? Chat Noir, is there a secretary I can go through or something? Miss Ladybug, Miss Ladybug, well, MLLE, Dupain Chang is working on a budding intimates collection this week. Chat Noir, ooh, really? Miss Ladybug, I know, it's absolutely scandalous for a young unmarried woman to be designing such positively ribald garments. Miss Ladybug, she ought to be flogged in the public square. Chat Noir, goodness. Chat Noir, well, after her public flogging, would she be available for lunch or something? Miss Ladybug, Miss Ladybug, yes, I believe next Monday would work out. Miss Ladybug, shall I pencil you in? Chat Noir, yes, that sounds most agreeable. Miss Ladybug, spiffing. Chat Noir, indeed. Miss Ladybug, I shall send you the details at the earliest opportunity. Miss Ladybug, good evening, Monsieur. Chat Noir, Mademoiselle. There were Mondays and then there were Mondays, and Adrian was currently having one of the latter, perched off to the side of the conference room table as Marcel delivered what could only be described as a non-legal filibuster. Evidently there was a drinking game making the rounds in the office, played whenever Marcel started going on his long-winded, self-important tirades about the most trivial and inconsequential things. It was one thing to call a board meeting when something absolutely vital needed to be discussed, but with a majority between himself and Adrian, Marcel was convening to meet almost every other day to vote on issues ranging from marketing strategy to the location of the annual executive team building excursion, a relatively new invention designed to keep plummeting morale up in the wake of Gabriel's death. Evidently, there wasn't exactly a lot of faith in him. Adrian privately suspected that were it not for him idiotically voting along with every micromanaging detail he suggested. His leadership strategy consisted in him browbeating people who didn't immediately agree with him, publicly humiliating them and generally lecturing them until they caved out of a desire to make him happy and get him to stop. He was, to put it mildly, an asshole dom who Adrian wouldn't have given the time of day even if Marcel didn't look like the love child of a horned toad and a bowl of mashed potatoes. Which brings us to the third of 13 items of discussion, Marcel said, peering over the rim of his glasses as Adrian suppressed a frustrated growl. A small buzz on the table in front of him drew his and half the room's attention as he glanced down at the red and black dotted screensaver that lit up. Marinette downstairs. Adrian should have never asked her to meet him at his place of work. The diner she suggested they eat at was close by, so it made sense at the time, but he should have counted on Marcel dragging out what should have been a half-hour meeting into a long, drawn-out affair that had no sign of ending. He idly wondered if he could slip out, eat lunch, and be back before Marcel had finished his introductory speech. He could always wait for a lapse in his speech. Adrian almost laughed at the thought, but before he could turn to scoot out, someone at the head of the table spoke up. Marcel, a man named Leo spoke up, cutting across Marcel's tirade as he paused to take a drink of water. Can we dispense with the theatrics for once and just settle this some other time? It's almost 2 and we can always have lunch sent up, Marcel said curtly, turning the page as Adrian failed to suppress an exasperated sigh of disgust. Marcel glanced over the rim of his glasses across the table at Adrian, who found himself quailing a little under the man's expression, much to his eternal shame. Something you'd like to share with us, Adrian? The table turned to look at him as he sat up in his seat, lip twitching a little in irritation. Don't talk to me like I'm a student, Adrian thought. Some of us have already made plans for the afternoon, Adrian said, emboldened by a few nods and murmurs of assent around him. Wouldn't it be better to just are we keeping you from a social engagement, Adrian? Marcel said, raising an eyebrow. Adrian bit the inside of his lip, wondering if he was ever going to get a full sentence out around Marcel. I think a lot of us have plans to plans change, my boy, Marcel said, further rankling Adrian as his phone buzzed again. We have some business to attend to before the day is out, so if that is all we can continue. Of course, Adrian said, glancing at the next item on the itinerary. You're right, it is vital that we have a meeting and take a vote on whether or not to discontinue washing instruction tabs on our line of men's underwear to save an average of €1,400 annually. Adrian's throat closed up for a second as a sudden, crushing silence enveloped him. He looked back down the table to see nearly everyone looking at him in dull surprise, Marcel looking like Adrian had just slapped him across the face. Oh shit, I said that out loud, Adrian thought as for the first time in a long time, Marcel seemed to be stumbling for something to say. I'm terribly sorry that the running of your family company seems to be such a waste of time for you, Marcel said stiffly as Adrian fought the urge to roll his eyes. Around the table, several people simultaneously took a sip of water, weaponizing Gabriel Agreste's legacy was worth 2 shots. I never said it was a waste of time, Adrian said evenly. I just said when your father and I another round of drinks took this company global, there were more than a few missed lunches and late nights at the office. I'm aware, Adrian said as the regional marketing director and the head of Paris HR shared a look that could only be described as oh no he didn't. No one is more aware of the effort, the intricacies of running. I'm sorry, can I finish what I was going to say please? Adrian said, drawing an audible gasp from the stenographer who tried to play it off as a cough. His heart was hammering in his ears, but the prospect of missing lunch with Marinette seemed to be something he wasn't willing to accept. I am well aware of the personal sacrifices my father made to get this company off the ground. I don't see why we need to micromanage every little thing that needs to be decided. Clearly you do not understand what your father went through, because if you did you would not be so frivolous with the position you have been gifted, Marcel said, slowly walking around the side of the table. Adrian shot a quick message to Marinette as he took his time, glancing up only when Marcel stood in front of him. My boy, if you aren't willing to work nearly as hard as your father did, perhaps you should just quit, Marcel said, hand gripping the leather behind Adrian's head. Adrian opened his mouth to retort, and then just left it hanging open, eyes wandering across the table to the head where Marcel had sat a moment before. Adrian swallowed heavily, you're right, if I'm not willing to work as hard as Dad did I should just quit. Marcel recoiled as Adrian slowly stood up, pulling up Marinette's chat as he punched a message in with a deep sigh. True to form, he literally could not handle anyone standing up to him, but deep down, Adrian knew he was right. If he couldn't put in the work his father did, he didn't have any business working there. I need a moment to talk to my friend, Adrian said, nodding towards the door. Please, keep going. He felt the eyes of everyone in the room on him as he walked out the door, closing it behind him with a small sigh, before turning and sprinting down the hallway towards his office as fast as he could. Marinette sighed, glancing at her watch for the 3rd time as her shoes clacked an anxious tread across the empty marble foyer, offering a small smile to the security guard as she passed his desk again. She may not have liked Gabriel Agreste as a person, but she would be lying if she said some small part of her wasn't a little bit envious of how far he had come in such a short period of time. He may have not been a good man, but he was a self-made man, even if he had completely alienated everyone who had ever loved him in the process. So maybe he wasn't the best role model for an aspiring fashionista. Checking her phone again, she frowned at Adrian's last text message, wondering if he had typed 5 when he meant 15, or 50. It wasn't as though she had to get back to the office by any set point in time, but if he was planning on flaking on her, she'd at least like to have a heads up, so she wasn't waiting around for we need to go. Marinette jumped at the sudden voice behind her, turning around to see Adrian running down the stairs behind her, tossing something on the desk of the security guard as he passed. No kidding, we need to go. I've been waiting here for wait, what's with the box? Marinette asked, falling into step behind Adrian as he made a beeline for the door. She glanced over her shoulder to see the security guard punching in a number into his phone, standing up from his desk as though he didn't know whether or not he should be chasing after Adrian or not. Why do I feel like this building is going to blow up the minute we set foot outside? Marinette asked, pausing as Adrian held the door open for her, looking back at the office foyer with a deep breath. It might, Adrian chuckled, following her out of the building with a glance over his shoulder. I don't know, we might be looking at a real fall of the House of Usher scenario here, so the sooner we get away the better. Also, you may or may not bear witness to a husky 54-year-old CEO running after me, so wait. Marinette trailed off, glancing down at the box under his arm, the small ladybug plushie winking up at her with glittering blue eyes. What did you just do? Adrian said, running a hand through his hair with a shaky laugh. I can't believe you just quit. Yeah, Adrian said almost dreamily, popping a forkful of poutine in his mouth with a low moan that made the hairs on the back of Marinette's neck stand up. Oh my god, how have I never had this before? Seriously, can we have Quebec back? Marinette trailed off with a laugh, wondering how it was possible that someone could look so visibly relieved. Adrian almost seemed to come alive with nervous energy, smiling in disbelief and staring off into the corners of the cafe almost distantly as though he couldn't believe he was actually out of the office. Any admiration she had for Agreste had evaporated after seeing the stress visibly melt off Adrian the farther and farther they got away from his former place of work. Any place that seemed to turn Adrian into a zombie could fall into the river for all she cared. Nino is going to be thrilled, Marinette said, taking a sip of her milkshake. Oh, shoot, should I tell him? Adrian asked, fumbling his phone out of his pocket. We should probably get drinks tonight or something to celebrate. Wow, 26 missed calls, I think they found my note. You left a note. Marinette snorted. Thanks for the advice, Marcel. I quit, Adrian said, thumbing through the call logs with a small frown. I'm going to need to get a new number after this, so do I get the details, or did you just realize you wanted to quit out of the blue? Marinette asked, spearing a sizable chunk of duck and collecting as many cheese curds as she could before Adrian got to them. And what's this about advice? Well, I was in this meeting about God knows what today, Adrian said, downing the last of his soda with a long slurp. And they were going over and I said I had lunch plans and Marcel tried to force a vote, but then I said I had to go, but he said that if, and I quote, I wasn't going to show the same dedication to the company that I should just quit. Or, something like that. He likes to hear himself talk and I can't remember everything he says. Adrian let out a nervous giggle, shaking his head as he downed another gravy-covered fry. So I did, Adrian shrugged. I quit. Just like that. Marinette asked. Why not? Adrian said, scratching the back of his neck. I was never really under contract, family business, and also they can't exactly sue me for breach or anything. I'm not exactly a lawyer, but that doesn't really seem legal, Marinette said. Just between you, me, and the poutine, I don't think there was a lot of stuff Dad and Marcel did that was really legal, Adrian said, leaning in conspiratorially. Still, Marcel Dubois doesn't strike me as the kind of man who will take go to hell for an answer, Marinette said with a small frown. I'll give him directions then, Adrian said with a toothy grin. I mean, really, what is he supposed to do? Fire me. Let him. I'll give the 13 years of severance pay to an animal shelter or something. Wait, that's right, you worked for your dad as a model back in school, Marinette said, pressing her fingertips against her temple. Wow, you have been working at that company for half your life. Yeah, Adrian said, letting out a long sigh. And not another day. All because of Marcel's offhanded comment. Marinette asked. Well, not entirely, Adrian shrugged, picking at the fries with his fork. I mean, Nino has been telling me to quit for years and you just said do what makes you happy. So I guess I was rolling all that around in my head mainly because I tend to space out whenever they start arguing over nothing, so when Marcel said that Adrian trailed off, glancing out the window as he looked almost embarrassed to be admitting something. I mean, Dad literally worked himself to death at that job, Adrian murmured, fingers drumming on the table idly. Died from stress-related heart failure, had blood pressure. I'm surprised he didn't pop. And well, that's not how I really want to go out. I don't want get so caught up in that job that I basically die alone, at my desk, stressing out over cost of sewing needles, burn all my bridges. Adrian bit the inside of his mouth, wondering if he should go on. I'd be lying if I said you weren't part of the reason I quit. Me. Marinette stammered as Adrian looked down nervously. Well, I was going to miss lunch, Adrian said, scratching the back of his neck. I guess I remembered all the text messages I got from Dad or his assistant telling me he wasn't coming to the game or my fencing meet or whatever. And well, I kind of realized there were more important things to me than a career I don't really want. He glanced out of the corner of his eye at her before suddenly becoming extremely interested in the flowers growing just outside the windowsill. Marinette trailed off, the effects of being the heir to the most aggressive fashion dynasty in France slowly sinking in for her. Whatever duality of love and loathing Adrian might have had for his father and his company, Marinette didn't really care. All that mattered was that he looked fully happy, not just mostly happy, for the first time since she had seen him again, maybe for the first time since she had met him. Are you happy? Adrian glanced down as he felt a much smaller, softer hand squeeze his lightly. He looked across the table, pulse skipping a beat as a soft smile spread across her face. I am now, he wanted to say. I am when I'm with you, he wanted to say. I am whenever I think about you, he wanted to say. Yeah, he said, returning her smile as he turned his palm over, lightly squeezing Marinette's hand in return. I am. Her stomach churned in a way that had nothing to do with the copious amount of cheese curds she just inhaled, heartbeat picking up as her fingers threaded with his. For a moment, neither of them did anything, glancing between their hands and each other with curious, almost nervous smiles as if they were waiting for the other to push them off, pull back, or break contact first. Neither seemed to want to, as though a seemingly innocuous gesture had confirmed something they already knew but weren't ready to voice just yet. Then I'm happy you quit, Marinette said, pulling back as the waitress swung by and collected their mostly empty plates. So, gonna play the rich idiot with no day job game for a while. Maybe, Adrian shrugged, eyes lingering on Marinette's hand for a second before sitting back up. Think I'll go crazy if I don't do something with my days though. Might go to college or something, I don't know. You could always be a freelance model, Marinette said, taking a sip of her milkshake. Or a gigolo, Adrian said casually, lip twitching as strawberry ice cream shot out of Marinette's nose. No, wait, I just got done with a job where I was humiliated and prostituted on a daily basis, maybe I should get into another line of work. Stop. Marinette wheezed, snorting into a stray napkin. Adrian passed her. Though I suppose I could always capitalize on my pathological need for attention and become a stripper, Adrian said, biting his thumb thoughtfully as Marinette silently shook across the table, biting her lip to keep from splitting into laughter that would no doubt be heard across the city. I can't breathe, Marinette snorted, gripping the table for support. Please don't laugh at my dreams, Marinette, Adrian said with a fake pout. One day I will be the finest exotic dancer Paris has ever. Dying, literally, dying, Marinette snickered, wiping her eyes with the corner of a napkin. You don't think I have it in me, Adrian said, leaning back with a lopsided smile. You know that's not the problem, Marinette said, lightly kicking his shin under the table as her eyes reluctantly wandered over the clock on her phone. I'm not keeping you, am I? Adrian asked, glancing at Marinette's phone. Not really, Marinette shrugged, mentally calculating how long it would take to finish the embroidery on her latest project. I shouldn't leave Sylvie and Ellie alone too long, though, and I think 2-hour lunches are starting to push the bounds of what the boss can get away with. We should probably take off then, Adrian said, plucking the leather check envelope from the table before Marinette could reach out for it. This one's on me. You just quit your job, I should be paying for you, Marinette said as Adrian slid a few bills into the envelope and stuck one under the milkshake glass. You paid for me last time, Adrian reminded her. In payment for assaulting you, Marinette responded. Well, if that's what I get, feel free to assault me anytime, Adrian chuckled, shooting her a small wink as he stood up. Shall we forget something? Marinette said, nodding towards the box of office supplies Adrian had left under the table. Oh, right, Adrian bent over, plucking the ladybug plush from its place in the box and stowing it in his jacket pocket, sparing Marinette a small smile as he caught her watching him. Almost forgot something valuable, Adrian said, turning his back on the small crate of pens, paperweights, and packages from the office. Marinette watched him head up to the cashier, a soft ache in her chest as she wondered if she had ever really gotten over Adrian, or if she ever really wanted to. Chapter end notes in which an explicit story about kinky sex gets super saccharine. I don't know that I'm 100% satisfied with Dubois as a character, but then again this isn't his story, so I can excuse a little two-dimensionalism sp. in the interests of getting the plot off the ground. And by plot I mean getting my main characters to screw one another outside their wildest dreams, because God knows the first of several smut scenes is long overdue. The story isn't so much about Adrian getting metaphorically fucked in the ass by his boss as it is about, well, you know. We were supposed to get the ball rolling at the end of this chapter, but for once my author notes were not facetious and the nature of their relationship did not change. For now. Felt like there was a lot of things that happened in this chapter, and one more big thing would just be a little too much IMHO. I was gonna end on such a lovely cliffhanger too, ah well. Anyway, next time we raise a glass to freedom, Aaliyah gets tough, Nino is confused by Adrian's spanakopita, and we make like Super Monkey Ball and finally start rolling down the hill. Also, this is like the 6th exposition scene to take place at a restaurant. Someone please help me open a cafe named Cafe Exposition.